And then
what year did she graduate?
last year.
Oh, then that wasn't when did Joanne graduate from high school, Botana?
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
And then these down below here, them are brothers to this one here. These are twins. They graduated last spring. And then this one here graduated this spring. Them are 3 brothers and that's a sister. And they all
graduated from high school this year.
all of these are yeah, this one here.
How old is he? Got such a big mustache already.
18.
18 and we're on mustache?
Yeah. And then these here all go to Adams School. Adams, Minnesota. And this one Rochester, and this is the only one from Owatonna. They're scattered out. The girls are, one is by Johnsburg and one is, Millers are in Rochester.
I suppose you get that out and look at it a lot of times.
Oh, I have them sitting out all over. I have the whole showcase over there. I can see everything out there.
Showcase.
And then the wedding pictures are way up on top of there, if you could see.
Oh, say there was a...
Can you see?
There's an old lantern there.
Yeah, an old lamp in the corner. See, old lamp. Then there's an old fruit jar, a green one with a glass cover. They say they might worth a lot of money.
Where's the glass?
Right by that lamp.
Right by that lamp.
Yeah, and then is my family picture way in the corner.
Oh, there's Uncle John racing from Owatonna there, right?
Yeah, that's my folks.
You want me to show
I don't care if you do.
I mean, I'll bring it over and then.
Who is that?
That's my folks and when I was a little girl.
I wonder if you were sitting next to each other so that, you know, now you...
Then again, she couldn't see to my face. Don't you think it's better to talk face to face?
Okay.
I don't know. I can know what.
Okay, you can read up.
I know which ones they all are.
Well, this is Aunt Mary's.
Yeah, well, that's
I recognize
this
her.
is my parents then. This is my mother,
Yeah, she says,
and that's my dad.
Yeah, I recognize.
And now this is Mary Sershin. You must remember
Yeah,
Mary.
I remember Mary.
And then here comes Elizabeth. She's next in age.
Yeah.
And she died when she was 39 with a baby.
Uh-huh.
And then it comes Henrietta. This is
Yeah.
Kermis. And then comes Joseph. He
Yeah.
died last fall.
Joseph was the one that died last fall.
Yes.
Didn't we go to, or did we got a card from them, didn't we?
well, that, you went to the 60th wedding anniversary, wasn't that the 60th?
Yeah, that was-
That's where she
and the
went.
first thing he saw me, he said, "Oh, Aggie."
Yeah.
Of course,
You
I never
follow
liked
what
to be
she
called
said?
Aggie. I always wanted to be called Agnes, you know.
Oh, yeah.
But you follow what she's saying? I
Yeah,
pushed her up towards Joel, and he says, "Hi, Aggie."
Yeah.
You know, and he hadn't seen her for so long.
Yeah. And then the next one comes Agnes, Mrs. Kubitschek.
Uh-huh.
And then here comes Helen, Mrs. Damel.
Uh-huh.
And this is George, who died in the nursing home with you. That's George.
Oh, yeah.
George. He died last year, too.
Uh-huh. I remember.
I
when
lost
he
2
died.
brothers last
Yeah,
year.
we were all together there and talking
Yeah.
about everything.
And
And all at once, when all of us were ready to go, then he said he went to the hospital or someplace, I don't know where it was. And the first thing we heard, he said, "But George has already passed away." And was the funeral from here?
Yeah, from our home here.
From here, home here.
Oh, yeah, I
Did
can,
Did Helen come down here then? For funeral?
oh yeah, they all went to the funeral, only I wasn't to the funeral.
What?
I didn't get to the funeral.
Uh-huh.
And then that's me.
That's you?
Yes, and then that's Roman on the home place.
This is Roman?
Yeah. Roman was 6 and I was 9. And this is the same time Joseph got married. We had that taken in the spring and then Joseph got married that June. And they took that picture because they said that he went on a wedding trip and they was afraid, well, what if you don't get back? So it was a good thing to take a picture. Then we wanted to take another picture yet. And then as we was going to take this other picture, well, then my sister Elizabeth was expecting that baby, and then we never got the picture. She died with it.
Oh, so this is your last full family picture?
That's the only one we ever had.
Oh, the only one?
But, since I and my husband are married, we got 2 up there. There's one, the one that's 60 and 62. That one right next to it, standing over there.
Oh.
And then we had this one here taken. Well, now we're going to be married 42 years. It was 35 years married on there. That's the one hanging on the wall over there. So we took 2 family pictures. We took it first with just the kids as single, and then when they all got married.
Now, when is the last time that you were ever able to get out of the house?
Oh, I go out of the house all the time. I can go outside, but I can't go no place. I go, my husband takes me out the door, so I get outside.
But you can't go no place.
No, I don't go no place. The only place I go is when he goes and buys groceries, well, then I sit in the car.
Shall I take the picture back so we don't break it?
Yeah, but
I suppose
I
you-
can't go to no funeral or no wedding or no nothing like that.
But of course, you can't move so much like I can you? Get around.
Oh, I wheel my wheelchair around, if that's what you mean. I go
Yeah,
around
yeah.
the yard and I run myself around the yard.
But you can't go to church, so can you?
Oh, I know, I can't go to church, no.
You have
No.
to stay home then.
Yeah, I stay home. I watch the mass on television. They have it every Sunday, so I watch that.
Of course, I like
Well, Ruth, my dad passed away in '83, and so I suppose you've had a lot of these pictures.
Well, I can remember Mother had it at home.
But you don't have one like that.
No, I don't.
I
My
wanna
mother
see
has
that
one at
again,
home.
too. Let's see. Oh yeah, let's see.
That's all the girls.
Let's see, this is Mother.
Show it so
This
that
is Mother,
Ruth
and
can
this
see.
is Aunt
I
Katie.
know who they all
and
are,
this is Aunt Mary.
because I can remember
And
my
then
mother
this
had.
is Aunt Annie, and this is Aunt Molly,
Aunt Barbara.
Aunt Barbara. And she was the one that was struck by lightning.
No.
That- What?
Yeah, she wasn't
What?
just carrying a baby, and
Oh,
then that baby got
baby, yeah.
And then that
she.
child always drooled. I remember that.
Yeah, but
And
they
then-
told me she was holding the baby in her arms.
No, Mother said she wasn't born yet, and that's why they think maybe it got lightning struck and that's what hurt the baby.
Oh, I'll have to check
I
back.
don't know, that's what Mother said.
I'll have to check back with Edith. I thought she
Well,
said.
now
that
this
she was
one, I
holding
can't
it in her arms,
remember.
But maybe you're right.
What is this one's name?
Oh,
That's Aunt Rosie.
Oh, that's Aunt Rosie.
She was a Raymert. That's a mother to those that was here, that grandma to
Uh-huh.
them. I know them all. Aunt Frances isn't on there because Aunt Frances died real young with a baby, and so she isn't on any of the pictures.
Well, who is this then, Aunt Agnes?
Well, I know who that
Oh,
is.
that's Uncle John Rinchin.
Uncle John?
No,
Sure, that's Uncle John.
it's mine and your grandpa.
What?
That's mine and your grandpa.
Yeah, but
This
that
is your mother's dad.
No, it isn't.
You had some women around.
He's
like that.
Ranchin, but he's your grandpa. He's your grandpa.
And he was in the Civil War.
He was, yeah, he was a father to your mother.
And he was the one.
We have a picture at home.
But he was the one that had that big hump on his back.
Yeah.
I don't know, you probably didn't know it.
Did you want to go down, honey?
What happened that he just got that great big hump?
Oh, that I couldn't answer. I wouldn't
Because
know.
I know that Mother used to say, when you're gonna put them in the cab, you're probably gonna get them in.
No, I know she always talks about
This
it.
is Aunt Agnes.
See what?
Miss
You wanna
Jane
go down?
Asper.
You want to go down? Oh, the cowies? I don't know if the cowies are
Now,
there.
do they trim your hair and cut your hair?
Helen cut, my daughter cuts my hair.
When she comes home and does it?
Yeah, my daughter does it.
If you wanna sit down, go get a chair. You can sit on a chair, go
Oh, there's a bull out there. Sure, there's a bull.
Yes,
Well, what do you know about your grandpa? Tell me some stories about him.
Well, I wouldn't know. I think Mother always said he was in 4 armies. And the last army he went to, he had a wife and 4 kids, and the grandma didn't want him to go. And he was so enthused that he
Who were
was,
the 4 kids?
well, I suppose the oldest one, that must have been, who is the oldest one? It's,
Aunt Barbara?
yeah, it must be Uncle John.
No, but Uncle John wasn't born then yet, was he?
Must have been.
Well, this is the,
Yeah, where's the family? Maybe on there, you could sooner tell on there. I really couldn't say which one's all was, this is my mother right here, because she's got one. And this one here is Anthony.
no, that's
This one?
Frank, that's Frank.
Well, then where's Anthony then?
Anthony's over here.
Oh, that one.
This is the
Well,
same
then would
picture.
this,
Yeah. Yeah.
would, this one here be Uncle John? No.
That's Uncle John, yeah.
What is it then? Is that,
That's Aunt Rosie, Aunt Frances, Vince Wencl. Now, here's my grandmother, Does it kind of look like her eyes?
Mm-hmm.
Agnes?
And here's the twins then.
Those are the twins, Annie, and
There's my mother.
there's your mother. And so who's this?
Well, that must be Aunt Barbara and Kwasinchko, John Kwasinchko.
Yeah. Well, this is their baby.
Yeah.
Sounds like you have company.
I think
know.
our grandkids there.
Oh, who is this here?
Yeah,
Is
it's
this
up
one
in
of the
Alston.
children here now?
Jason,
Is this one of the children out here?
must be. Jason, yeah, he's brother to these here.
Oh, say, what do you mean here, Henry? You said he died the 3rd. Who is that?
That's your Aunt Frances. She died with the birth of her 3rd child. Now that writing there,
Oh, I'm sorry, you've got Mike and my hand in your way. Oh, this little guy I was talking to.
whose writing is this on the back here?
I never
Well,
looked
that
at
was-
it.
Well, it's.
You're thinking,
Oh,
it's
that's
a-
how you know who the people are.
Oh,
when you look
sure.
on the back side.
I wouldn't know.
I was wondering how you
Yeah.
know them.
No, I'm just trying to think, whose writing is that, Genevieve? Is that my father's? Or is that Aunt Jane's?
I think it looks like Jane's writing.
no, I was trying to think, you know,
I added some of those things, like when they died.
Go get the swatter. What's your brother? Get the swatter.
Oh, I'm sure this is Aunt Jane. You remember my Aunt Jane, don't you?
Sure, I do.
That's her writing. That's her writing.
Yeah. How he's are out there.
and we were 23 months apart, Jane and I. She's 23 months older than I was.
Pretty neat.
And this is John Kwasniewska, and that's what she's reading. He's buried in the Blooming Prairie Cemetery.
He is.
The baby, this is,
Oh, yeah, that baby is, but this one here isn't.
no, he's up in Sacred Heart. But this is how, we never really knew when this picture was taken, Ruth. So,
I can remember I was to his funeral.
okay, and he's buried in Blooming Prairie. You can see the stone right from the road. This is right?
Well, I really can't say. All I know, we went up to the funeral, and then I don't know. See, usually you don't go to the cemetery, just a close ones go, and then you don't stay for afterwards and go to the cemetery because there's too many cars in the row, and
Yeah.
you don't go.
Well, this is what
But I'd
Edith,
imagine that he would be buried there.
well, this is what
Do they live
Edith said.
close by?
She said she was at the funeral too.
Just a minute.
Because at the end when he died, to be honest about it, oh no, he was living in Blooming, yeah.
But we figure that he is about a year, he's born in 1879. No, 1878 or 79, so we figured he's like about a year old, so that's when the picture was taken.
And I always was told that he was the oldest grandchild of the Rancham family, and my brother on the whole place is the youngest of the grandchildren of the family.
1917?
And after my brother Joseph, they took a picture of him, so I know Nora's got a picture of Roman and John Kwasichka taken together.
Oh.
Because I was already married, so I wasn't there. And my folks in Roman went up to Joseph's, and then they took that picture, and they had John Kwasichka after, and John Kwasichka at the time lived on a farm in Hayfield. And then afterwards, when his son got married, he took over, and Adolf took over. And he
You
ordered
lived in Hayfield once, didn't you?
me, no, I never lived nowhere else, only here.
But don't you think those that Aunt Frances, like Aunt Rosie, this is what they always said, they're just lovely people, don't they look nice?
Yeah,
Aren't
they
they?
do.
They're really,
Yeah, they all look nice
Yeah.
in there.
and then this other picture here of these ladies, when I look at that, I said, those really are working women, aren't they?
Yeah.
Aren't they?
Yeah, they're also even size too.
Yeah, they look like said they could do the thrashing, the men could sit in the house.
Mother used to have them all in frames, but Henry took it all out, Jerry took it all out of frames, you know.
No, this is a
like
new
that.
picture.
Yeah, they really is the right
Aren't
picture.
those nice? Really nice.
Mhm.
Do you know our brother Henry?
Oh, yes.
He's
I
the
knew
one
John
that,
and
he's
Jane,
the one
all
that
of them.
passed away, you know.
I knew them all.
Well, those are the pictures, some of the
I
pictures
used to
found.
go to the weddings and the funerals, all of them, but then after I lost my leg, so that was the end.
Do you think you went to your Aunt Agnes's funeral?
Yes, I did.
Did
I
you?
can still remember Aunt Agnes was buried from, now it's Nicholson's. Aunt
Yeah.
Agnes was buried, that was where they had her when I was there to see her.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I can remember that.
Yeah.
I was married already and I had, I
Well,
think,
it was
Yeah.
53, she died in
Yeah.
53.
I can remember my sister Henrietta came from Hayward, and she came to my house, and we and my folks, we rode together to see her on that, when she was in the casket in that Nicholson's.
Oh.
I can still remember that. We
Okay,
went-
then how about trying this one? You remember when my grandpa John died?
Yeah. Wasn't you along to the funeral that time?
That was 1936.
They had to take him, and they couldn't get the casket through the door, so they put it through the window?
Yep.
I can remember I was there. I know you weren't along. No, that was I and my brothers were along with the folks, and you know that was awful for us younger kids to see someone taken through the window. Thought that was awful.
Well, you weren't that young.
No, I wasn't that young.
You
No,
were 18.
I can remember.
19.
I can
You were
remember.
born
Sure, I can remember.
in- I was 9.
Sure, I can remember.
How old was I then?
Well, when your father died,
Yeah.
so you were 36 and
I mean, when they.
36 and 9, so you were like
I
44.
didn't go to that funeral.
You went to your father's funeral, yes you did.
But the one that had that hump on his back?
No, that's your great-grandfather.
Oh,
That's your great-grandfather.
That flying tongue, isn't she?
Isn't he though?
Oh, Lord, you're holding the swatter.
Here's the sweater's getting.
Not that hungry.
This is quite an episode here. We'll wait till he comes back. Well, I received a letter from Matilda.
Oh, how did they get back? Okay.
Fine, and they went on out to Fulda, Minnesota. Did I tell you it on the phone?
No.
But then afterwards, now I received another letter, and I received this letter from, would be their nephew. Christina is you know, that's one of the family, and you probably didn't know them, any of the children. But anyway, she's doing the family tree, and she wanted some information about Rosa.
Oh,
So what can I tell her?
I wouldn't know much about that.
Can you remember when Rosa used to come and visit here?
No idea.
You don't remember?
I can remember her daughters, like Mrs. The Josephine Flair and Edith Dukart and these kids that was their mother. I can remember when she
That
was.
was Mary.
Yeah, and then there was
Annie.
Annie. I can remember when she was here because Annie and Edith was here the last. And that was the time that I was already married, and they stayed at my house for 3 nights that time.
Oh,
And they were the last of the family I seen.
oh. Well,
So,
see,
and
then
they're
there
all
was, there was
gone now.
Ferdinand. You never knew that, like,
No, them boys, I never really seen them boys because they never came home after I was grew up. But then, like Josephine and Mary and Annie, them 3 used to come to see my mother quite often.
oh yeah. Of
But
course,
then-
they're lots older than you.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
they're older than Edith even.
Yeah, so they're gone long ago.
Oh, yeah.
Edith is the same age as I am, except that she was born in November, and I was born in January then, after that.
Cool. You want to go by Grandpa? Don't you want to go on? I just wondered what's going on. He thinks I better stay where I am. He loves to sit on my lap, though. He just loves to sit on my lap. He'll sit for the longest time and I don't think he wants that. He'd rather have a tractor, wouldn't you?
Did you bring that?
No, it's good.
Well, that is here.
Ruth, you know, I was trying to find your grandpa's birth certificate. His citizenship papers. I wrote in, and I never did get it. But you know what they sent me? They sent me your father's citizenship paper.
Oh.
Would you like to see it?
Oh, maybe.
So, it's nothing, no big deal, but if I can just show you who signed, see, it's John F. Renchen. Here's who signed for him, and I let you read that yourself.
Frank Casper. And John
That's Wattawa.
Ottawa.
Uh-huh. So I thought that was kind of interesting, so I just stuck it in there with all those pictures. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
It tells the year that he got to be a citizen, but it doesn't really tell anymore. It doesn't tell where he was born.
14th of June. Where's the year? I was
Thank you.
14th of June, but where's the year?
In the year of our Lord, 1,897.
Oh, it's printed, no wonder.
So he didn't get to be a citizen until 1897. So he was married and farming and everything here already, wasn't he?
I really don't even remember what year he got married, and I can't remember all that.
Oh, well,
Your son does the farming.
your sister Mary was born in 1895 or 6.
Well, that she'd be living, I think she'd been 87 years old Saturday.
Oh,
So, I can't figure such stuff out like that.
so I thought that was kind of interesting that they
That'd
sent
be
you that along.
1898.
And Helen had a birthday a week ago Friday, and she was 76. And Sister Martha had a birthday this Friday now, and she was 78.
When is your birthday?
Mine is in July. I was 71.
My birthday was January the 2nd, and I was born in 1898.
Excuse me.
Yeah, that's okay.
Did I scare you?
They're surely a lot of us cousins, aren't they?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of us.
Edith says when she's going to be buried, she's going to be buried with Father Jim.
I know where it is. I'm going to be buried just about 5 rows away from her.
From her.
We got our cemetery lot bought in our stone. Oh, he don't want that.
That's enough of that.
Ruth,
We don't have ours.
this is your Aunt Agnes's writing on there.
My name?
Oh, it's in English. This is the
Yeah,
real verse.
yeah, it's your aunt, my grandma's writing. And that,
That's my writing?
no, her Aunt
I've got this picture
Okay.
here.
So you have this identical picture that this is what Aunt Jane took when she was in Czechoslovakia in 1928.
I don't know why, but they had so many of me. Sure, go ahead.
Okay.
Go to Grandpa.
Now the interesting thing is, did you read about Cal Anderson when he was in Czechoslovakia last summer?
It was in the dailies.
The old
I
time.
suppose I read it, but I don't remember everything.
Well,
We were sit here.
Edith talked to him, and he gave Edith a picture of the Renchen stone taken last year.
Oh.
Now this is what I wanted to show.
And it's the same place?
The same stone, only the trees have grown up there, and must be Magdalene Anderson.
Say, I read that Anderson. Who was she now?
Wesley.
Yes, there we go. Yes, I think I kept the clipping. I think I got it in the dresser there yet.
Okay.
I'm quite sure I kept that
So,
clipping.
isn't that interesting to see that stone? This is 1928 when Aunt Jane was there, and this is so that's 56 years later. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
When you take the magnifying glass on there, you can see what it says on there.
Bless you.
You want to see that?
What?
This is where Ruth's
You want to see it?
Sure he does.
Ruth what?
My grandpa.
This is what Cal
My
Anderson
grandpa.
took.
Would be my
Over
grandpa.
there
Not
last
yours.
summer.
It's
That's
mine.
the same stone. This is where Ruth's grandpa is buried, over there in the old country. And that's the same stone as what my Aunt Jane took when she was there in 1928.
Even as the one
Well,
I'm a
that's pretty
cripple,
good,
it's
yeah,
still
you
at
know.
grandma's and mama,
Oh,
and
yeah.
mama's in here.
And the couch. And the couch. Tried to.
I never knew that there was ever an Ignatz mention. I thought that was Ignatz.
My mother
Schroeder.
used to talk a lot about Uncle Ignatz always.
What?
My mother used to talk a lot about Uncle Ignatz. I can remember she used to talk about that.
Oh,
Yes,
and this is the picture that was just taken last summer in Agnes.
there's a couple by our church here
Here.
by the name of Justin Spindler, and she was happened to be a Rishabie girl when she was single, and her mother was born and raised in Old Country, and then her father sent for her, and he married her, and so the last was it winter, Lawrence, that they went there, or last summer, Justin Spindler's?
Last summer.
They went up there and they looked all this here up. And so she had a big writing in the Daily People's Press, but I suppose you didn't know them, I suppose you didn't read it, but I did. And it is just out of the church here.
Well, I know, I know Justin Spiller.
You do?
A
Well,
little
it's
bit.
well, yeah, well, anyhow, his wife's
Because
mother,
his brother is Reuben.
yeah. And well, just Justin's wife's mother was come from Old Country,
Oh, yeah.
from the Czechoslovakia.
Uh-huh.
And she lived just a little ways from, if you know where Justin is, she lived just a little ways. And now, what is she, about 89 years old? And she can do all of her, she lives alone, she can do all of her work, she's real active.
Is that right?
She does her own buying her groceries, her daughter drives, she can't drive, but she drives her to town. She picks out her own groceries, she even goes to the bank and does her own banking. Because her daughter comes here every once in a while, and then we get to talk with her, and we always talk about it, how remarkable it is, how good she can. And to this day,
Thank you.
she can't speak English.
Really?
No, you can, if you was to talk with her, you can't.
Taken.
This taken in Czechoslovakia.
This one?
Yeah. They're both, this is both the same stones here. Can you see, isn't that the same stone as this one? Only it's 56 years apart.
Or is it just grass or what?
No, that must be the graves. They must have some flowers planted there. Shall I put those back?
And my grandma's buried here, where we're gonna be. See, they had the grandma died, and then grandpa didn't like it here, and he was disappointed, and so he just picked up and went back to Old Country, and
Your grandma Frances.
yeah, and so she stayed here, and then my cousin died. My cousin died, and they have four of them died in the family, and he only had a cemetery lot bought for 6. So then they wanted to know if they could bury him in Grandpa's place, so she's got her grandson laying with her.
Oh.
That's my birthstone ring.
That's your birthstone? That's what?
July.
My birthstone.
I was 10 years old when my folks gave me that.
Oh, 10 years
And
old.
now already I'm 71, so that ring is 61 years old. Of course, I had to have it made bigger, you know.
Well, but no, this ring I bought myself, and I paid $38 for it.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I got it. But when Jerry or Henry would ever see it, he said, no, that isn't. Carl bought it for you. And I said, no, he didn't. I know who bought it, and I bought it myself.
It looks like wedding ring and a diamond, don't
And
it?
you know, it used to be just one, and now it's 2. How did it ever turn that way?
I don't know.
Now you got so many of them on this.
Yeah, I got, that's a wedding ring, and that's a diamond, and this is my children, mother's ring. Well, I lost quite a little weight after I got sick like this, and now my rings are too big, and I said I was not going to have them cut open again. So I put a tape on the back side so I wouldn't lose them, because we got our initials and our wedding date and everything written in there. And you know, they hate to cut that all the time too. So I said I wasn't going to change them, I was going to leave them.
It's a nice blue sweater too that you wear.
Oh, that's, I got all old clothes. I didn't buy no new clothes. I said, I can't go nowhere, so I buy clothes.
Well, but
So-
I wear all old things too.
Yeah.
You know who this sweater comes from? That come from on the other side. That was Tracy Johnson's That was our cousin there where you, in
Baker,
in
Montana.
Montana.
Oh.
And she sent this to me, she sent me two like this and told me that I should wear them. And she also sent me a picture of
Down here so I
herself
can read it.
and wanted me to keep that as a remembrance of her.
Oh, that was nice. How long was you married?
What?
How long was you married?
I
Yeah.
was born January 2nd, 1892. Now you figure, 1898, now you figure out how old that is. It's about 39 or something, isn't it?
I'm no good for
I
figuring.
think it's about 39 already.
No.
And I wonder sometime how much longer I'm going to live.
Yeah, well, I guess that's something we none of us know.
No, we'll never know.
No.
See, Papa?
What do you want? You want to see what you can see.
Oh, that's one of the children.
Jason, where's he going?
That's the one
Move.
Huh?
He's gonna go and move.
Jason!
What?
Jason.
Jason.
Do you know who that is?
Yes, I know who that is. That's your, her folks. And Agnes and Uncle John.
Oh, yeah, that's my mother and my dad.
Too bad they didn't have the ear on there. You got enough names to scratch, but not
They
the
were,
ear.
they were born
Who's this?
in, they were
Tractor.
born
That's
in,
your mother, our grandmother, and
Who is
Agnes.
that, Agnes?
that's our mother and our father.
Yeah, that's Aunt Agnes.
Yeah, okay.
I can remember when I seen her walk with a cane. Actually, she had that stroke. I can't
And
lift
they
you
were
up, Sonny.
born,
You want him up there?
Push him up.
Okay,
He's heavy.
he always, I'll turn him around,
that's
shall
a
I?
picture.
You wanna get up on Grandma's lap? Okay.
Now, my
Oh,
mother
oh, to Grandma's
always,
lap.
Be light.
my mother
you're
always,
ready.
And I
my
can't
mother
lift him.
always said, you know, she made this dress and in order to make them small around the waist,
That's it.
Um, 50th wedding anniversaries.
say what?
The only one that could wear her wedding dress on her 50th wedding anniversary was Henrietta, because she always was fat. And she from little on, and she stayed that way. And yes, and when she got married, she was fat, and then when she had her 50th wedding anniversary, she could wear her wedding dress, and not the one the rest of the other girls could. Well, so far, like I'm not married 50 years, but I know, I'm sure I never will shrivel up that much. I said, I'll be able to get into mine either.
Those aren't all your own teeth.
Oh yes, they were all my own
Your
teeth.
really own teeth.
My own teeth.
All the only teeth I got is this.
As I
Just
see.
these two.
Yeah, yeah.
And I used to tell my dad, I said I should have something
sure
done
I'm
about
gonna
my
ignore
teeth.
you, Lawrence.
And my dad said, no, we aren't going to have nothing done because you're going to die pretty soon.
Listen.
So that's why he never would have anything done about it.
No, who is that?
That's Aunt Danny.
Well, you know right away, I can't
His
even.
mother had these pictures at home.
And this one?
Yeah, and that's
Maybe I should have, what I should do is bring pictures over here that I don't know who they are. Maybe-
I would say this is Jane and I suppose Henry.
No, that's
Let's
Helen
see.
and Walter.
Helen and
Yeah,
Walter.
Helen and Walter.
Of course, you wouldn't know that because they're not. Of course, this one you'll get that right away.
Oh yeah, this can't specific. Oh, Mother had this. Mother had that picture at home too.
I'm sure she
really-
did.
Yeah.
Maybe
Who was that last one? Oh, yeah, that was.
here I think is such a good
That's
picture.
Aunt
That's
Anne.
good. That's the way I
Yeah.
remember that.
I don't know for sure. I think I almost got a picture like this. I think I have one.
I think that came in a Christmas card to my
Yeah,
folks.
yeah.
And it's just
and
some.
this was taken
That's my mother's writing back there.
after they were married 50 years. I think they had the pictures made like that and they send them out.
Probably did. That's it. I went through all my folks and stuff, and that's where I got all these pictures. I didn't have them.
This is Walter and Helen.
She's real good on stuff like that.
Yeah.
This is Aunt Annie and Uncle Frank.
Oh, yeah, you gotta always.
You never would have known what to see these people in afterwards. Like Uncle Frank and Uncle Sam.
Oh, I used to go visit them when I was at home with my folks. Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you remember those. But,
Oh, yes.
Had a good picture of him?
Saying something about
sure
those
is.
glass
I
jars.
don't know if you did any trading. in
Oh,
the
those
store or
glass
not, but
jars?
we did a lot.
Well, ever since
Those
we
green glass ball jars,
That was the
they
old
say
place we went.
that's an
Did
antique.
you sell
And if
eggs
you'd
there?
have an auction, you'd get big money for
Yeah,
them.
that's where
Oh,
we
yeah,
always did.
yeah.
Well, we went sometimes, we
Yeah,
went the rest
there
of
was-
You know,
it.
what,
Mostly
did
the
you know
Yeah, we did most
was
of the
Edith.
trading on Casper's.
sister, what was that sister's name that she
This
lived
was small
alone in
and
that
he always
great
had a
big
little
house?
bag of
Oh,
candy.
that was
for each
Elsie Hondo, you mean?
Oh, yeah, that was
They
a
were
position,
cousins.
wasn't it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, she got big money for all that stuff.
Yeah, and she even sold off her pants and
Her
everything.
girdles, her corsets and everything.
All
But
her
bras,
clothes and everything.
bras, everything was in there for sale.
And how did she sell something like that?
Well, she was dead, she didn't know the difference. She wasn't living when the auction went on.
Oh, it was.
Yeah, she was gone already then.
You remember Edith
Jerry
too?
one thing.
Oh, yes, I can
Wrestlers
remember you
and
real good.
Casper.
Yes, I remember
They
you.
got kind of a war deal on these things.
Oh,
I talked to Edith every
Wrestler
once
says,
in a
"I'll
while.
fix you."
Yeah.
So he was paying
Birthday's on the
2 cents and
24th
nothing
of
more
October.
for things in Casper would.
Yeah.
And your birthday,
So
you said,
all
was in
Casper's
July?
Yeah, in July, right after 4th of July, 5th.
And he lost him too.
Yeah.
That down through sometime.
He never tried it again.
Now
I don't know if you ever heard that or not.
no, I never heard that one, but I bet that really worked.
How do you get to bed now?
So he sent all this.
Oh, my bedroom was right there.
Uh-huh.
My bedroom was right there.
Yeah, but they have to help lift it.
Oh, yeah, no, they don't lift me. Wait, can you wheel her up there and show her how I get on the bed and all over? She wants to know how I get in bed.
I don't know if she'd understand it though, would she?
I don't know if she'll understand it or
It would
not.
take her
What?
anyway,
Sure, there's something to look at.
What?
They're gonna show you how she does that.
Well, she wants to know how I get to bed.
Yeah, show her how you should get to bed.
And we're, why don't you walk along, Jerry, and you can wheel her and Lawrence can walk ahead. And I was 9 years old, so my mother said she's gonna take me along because on the train they only had to pay half fare for me. And we rode along the train, and that's the only train ride I ever had. So I was there. That's how I happened to know these, where these people kind of live. I kind of remembered, and I know I had a streetcar ride that time too, and I never had one after that either.
So I wrote to the address that would to California, to Madeline Herman. And that is Edith Ducart's daughter. And so this is how I got people's, I didn't have anybody's address in Wisconsin. And she wrote back to me and gave me Matilda's address. And that's how I wrote to Matilda. And these,
Yeah.
this is Edith. Edith
Sure is, isn't it?
Raymer married Frank Ducart. Edith died in 1982. Frank Ducart died in 1944. And these are their children. And you didn't know any of them, did you?
No, I just only seen Edith.
They were just kids.
No, my cousin.
Oh, your
They
cousin.
sat in the
Yeah,
bathtub.
that's the one I
catch
seen.
See, there's Clarence and Evelyn. And
Is
this
that
is
what you play in
Madeline.
the tub with?
This is Carl.
You got a lot of
and
cows,
Arthur.
don't
Well,
you?
she had quite a family.
Well, she had 5. This is 5.
Double
Five
cows.
that Edith
A
had.
double cows.
Matilda's name.
A
Matilda,
double
R-A-M-M-I-N-G-E-R. Raminger, or how would you pronounce that?
Matilda Herman, who she is now. See.
The
Oh, Matilda, I'm sorry.
Yeah, the Matilda that was here.
Yeah, Matilda
Because
Raminger.
I asked her, well, if one of them men was her husband, because I didn't know him. And she said, I have no husband, but she wouldn't tell me no first. And then I was wondering
Well,
how she got the woman.
I don't think that she didn't mean not to avoid telling, but her husband
Then
passed away.
Roman filled me in. Roman told me that he passed away just like my dad. He just sat by the table and ate himself full and died right by the table. And my dad died too. And
Yeah,
that's
and-
the way Matilda's husband died. She told it to Roman, and Roman told me about it.
Oh, well, and Matilda's husband died before her father died.
Oh, he did?
This Geist, Henry Geist, he lived to be 98. He only
Yeah.
died a couple years ago.
I know when he died, Agnes had sent me that he died, and she also sent me a prayer card for him.
Oh.
So you haven't had
Yeah,
communication?
it's just 2 years ago that I didn't hear from him.
Oh.
That Agnes used to write to me, but then 2 years ago she quit and I didn't know why. Until then I said to Matilda, Matilda said that she had a stroke and I didn't know it. And over like funny Matilda or something, I didn't take over after her, but nobody did.
Ruth, I got a letter from, Matilda sent me a picture of her sisters and brothers, a family picture. And I don't have that with me because I gave it to Edith. She was looking at it and reading it. Otherwise, you could have looked at that.
Oh,
Of course, you haven't seen Agnes for so long, you wouldn't recognize her anyway, would you?
I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Well, I never saw that picture then either, did I?
No, I just got it last week, I guess. Yeah, first part
You
of
said you
it.
gave it to Edith?
I just let her look at it. I didn't get up there, I just dropped it and put it in the envelope and mailed it up there. She likes to look at all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And she knows so many things, and she can remember so many things, so.
You have a nice garden always?
My husband has a nice garden, yes.
Uh-huh.
I can't get to the garden because, see, this is on a hill. And I can't go down the hill because if I go down the hill, I'd go forwards, fall over forwards, and if I go up the hill, I go backwards.
Do you
So
raise,
do
do you raise strawberries then?
oh no, he don't raise strawberries,
You
you know.
don't raise.
Potatoes and tomatoes and cucumbers and radishes and lettuce,
Uh-huh.
squashes, and carrots,
What kind
plenty of carrots.
What kind of squash you like?
I like those flat ones with a gray bottom. They've
Uh-huh.
got a lot of meat in them, and they're always mealy and good to
Yeah,
eat.
and you put butter on it, and you put it in, I put it in that boiler that I have, and it heats it up and it makes it so good then.
Yeah,
Well,
And of course, I can't do that now anymore, because
Well,
I can't do it.
that's, here the same thing. He puts the stuff in and I help him out with it, but when it comes to, I know we can't keep stuff in our basement like we used to. Used to keep the stuff in the basement so good that it doesn't keep, so then I tell him to fetch it in the house and I clean the squash all up and then we put it in the oven and we'll bake it. And after it's baked out good and cooled out, then I just take a spoon and I scoop it all out and then I put it in a big bowl. And then I take a potato masher and I mash it up good. And then I put it in baggies and I put it in the deep freeze. And then we got squash whenever we want and we don't need to have that many dirty dishes always. It's real handy that way. Yeah. So, I don't know, we can't keep stuff in our basement like we used to. By the way, I thought that you were retired and then you weren't.
what made you think I retired?
Well, you said you left the farm, you never farming to do anymore, and I took it as
I
though.
don't have cow chores to
That's a
do.
camera.
I took it as though, gee, I told him that he looked so young to be retired.
Somebody thinks I look young.
Then what do you, I mean, what is your work that you said you're busy every day, what is your work?
Well, we raise potatoes and carrots and onions.
Well, then you gotta go weeding and such stuff, or?
Yeah,
Oh, I see.
that's how come I look so tough.
Whoa,
I'll get up.
Oh, not tough about it.
You know, the last time I was on your place, when you
See
put
how
the mats
see how bald
under the
he is
compost,
Right,
already?
like it's
oh, that's the last time I was on your place, and we got Kevin
He's
staff
young
all
and
of.
he shouldn't be bald.
And then you noticed that you
I
had
don't
the
know
mats
how
on.
old he is.
Have you
I
still
think
got
he
it?
is. Is he
They worked
57
out
or
alright?
67? I don't know.
They really are.
They're,
What are you on?
how old are you? 57 or 67?
I'm 57.
Well, maybe you should have turned her around the other way if you're gonna take a picture. Huh?
Well, do you want it against that
I
window?
know against the light might not.
I can move my chair too if you want me to.
Well, I can move any way they want me to.
Just kind of, yeah, just maybe if Agnes just even moves over that way a little bit.
And I should stay where I am? Cause I
Well,
am.
Just swing her around.
They don't have to take a picture of me unless
You don't want your picture?
I bought a picture for them, but I don't know.
You don't want your picture taken?
Oh, sure, I get
Can
it.
she, can she wheel her chair herself?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she does.
But why do it when her nephew is here?
Yeah, maybe what, 64?
You think it's gonna be better? Or should I shut this light off here?
Yeah, I think that would help, shut it out.
About that?
You don't-
No, should they be looking at something or just looking at
No,
the
they
camera?
can look at each other if they wanna.
Then you would see a half a face only.
I think that was a good one.
I don't know, I wasn't just talking.
I think that you took a good picture.
You don't wanna get in there, Jerry. Did you wanna get in one?
Pardon?
Did you guys wanna be in it too?
That picture way on top there is me and my husband when we was married 43 years, and that's our children. But 4 of them are our children, and the other 4 are their
I
in-laws.
go stand beside her and you go stand beside him.
Sure.
Yeah, but
That's
I
gonna
want
work.
the married ones too.
I gotta get my.
I don't know where it's
filters
gonna
done
go
so I can
to.
take it
Why
up.
don't you walk in the middle here? Get in the middle here of us.
Well, no, there won't be enough room here.
Yes, there will. You go ahead.
I
can
think
stand back
if
here.
he'd get in right in here, it would make a picture look better.
Yeah.
This one in the middle, that's
Yeah,
what.
just, you got, you.
All right, now we go.
When you're married to wrenches, you learn to take orders.
Oh, yeah.
So we're wheelchair pushers now.
You know.
Who am I supposed to look at the camera?
That guy's
Yeah, you can
here.
look at the kids over here.
Oh, okay.
Agnes is looking at somebody, I don't know.
Yeah, she's got her hand up. Why is she, or she,
I don't know,
oh, is
I
that
just-
all right to have her hand up?
She was pointing at.
Now, who you got here?
This cabinet is something like the cabinet that Mother used to have, except Mother used to be thinner.
I always hope I don't cut the heads off. You guys are up tall, you like me.
That's all our grandkids in there.
We'll see how that one
All the
turns out.
grandchildren.
You want to move that chair so she could see? That's all our grandkids in there.
Where
When they were babies, that's what our grandkids are. That's all our grandkids.
in the bottom.
Yeah, all the way through in that whole case. That's all
But they're-
babies.
Some of them are the same, isn't it?
No, they're all each a different baby. Who is it?
I don't know, it's the yellow car that Jason was talking about.
And then 2 army boys at the army camps. That's our 2 sons. And then that middle picture, well, that's our wedding.
Where are those 2 boys now?
Yeah, well, one of them is on the home place, and the
This
other
one
one
here, he's just a half a mile here, he's on the home place.
The other.
And the other one is about 2 miles or 3 miles.
Aren't you in the picture no place?
Shut
Aren't you in the picture someplace?
Point her on the picture on top, Lawrence, on the family picture where tell her who everybody is. Tell her which is your kids, and then the in-laws or outlaws, whatever you want to call them.
All right, here's where I am.
That's who?
That's me.
Oh,
Here's my daughter Rita.
uh-huh,
And here's my daughter-in-law.
uh-huh,
And here's my wife Ruth.
uh-huh,
And here's my son-in-law Freud.
uh-huh,
There's my daughter Ruth.
uh-huh,
And here's John.
uh-huh.
And here's Larry.
Ray?
Larry,
Oh, Larry.
yeah. That's his wife. And here's Walter Miller.
Who?
Walter Miller.
Tell her that them girls are twins.
I told her before it was.
Oh, okay.
These 2 girls are twins?
That Miller is related
No,
to Genevieve
this
too,
one
isn't
and
he?
this one.
Oh, that Miller is related to Genevieve too, isn't he?
Yeah, that's Frank would be your cousin, wouldn't he?
What, no, this is Freud. What is
Frank
it?
Miller would be your
Frank is,
cousin,
yeah.
and that's his son.
He
That's his oldest son.
works
And they live in
putting windows
Rochester.
for
Yeah.
all over the
He's
country.
married to our daughter.
Where does he
Oh,
live?
really?
Yeah.
In Johnsburg.
In where?
Minnesota?
Yeah, it's next to the Iowa line.
Yeah, I don't know their kids
Next to Iowa
very
line.
well.
Yeah.
I'm
Well, I don't suppose you would,
And he
because
was a citizen.
after he graduated,
Does a lot of that
he
stuff.
went to
What does your other son do?
John, he's working in
air
Big
course,
now.
and he was in
That's
there
why
4
he's
years. Then when he got home, he never came home. He stayed right in
Yeah.
Rochester.
Well, I mean, even with growing up, you know, we just never got together
Oh, yeah.
enough to know
City guys.
who the kids were.
You only got one.
Yeah.
Well, we hear how many kids they had, that's about as far as it went. I just got too many cousins.
No, I don't know cows no
I don't
more.
think you got any more than we
I don't
do.
know
Probably
cows no
not.
more.
I know the Millers have a lot of them, but we are too, there are a lot of
Yeah.
us too.
Yeah.
He's got no cows.
It's hard to keep up with all of them, you
Oh,
can't keep up
yes.
with all their cousins.
I know we don't get to
I
see
sold
it,
him
see
a
'em.
farm, I don't get
Not
nothing, I
much
just
since we
milk.
don't walk now.
I get the milk and I
Before
get
that, we
beef.
used to get the funerals and weddings.
At least then you'd
pork
see
out
some
of it.
people.
Yeah, and now since I don't get to,
She checks you out close.
See what I get out of it.
Yeah.
I like,
Well-
I have to know everything.
Well, why not? Otherwise you don't know nothing if you don't ask.
I wasn't listening, so I don't know what that was so
Well,
funny.
she's quizzing Lawrence to make sure that everything's going right.
Well, that's the way I made it out.
I still think it,
farm.
how many
You
years
know,
was
you
she
tell me
married
that-
to, that husband
Then
of
next
hers?
time I
Could've
Yeah, she
been-
was in her 40s when she got married.
They were-
Oh, 45, they
Yeah.
both were 45, but how many years were they married?
Ruth, she was married in 36 and he died in 59. So it's 46, 56, it would have been 23 years. 23, 24
You wanna know what
years.
else?
Oh, I see.
Did you tell him what it
Oh,
was?
yeah.
And she,
But she was there.
and Agnes,
Yeah.
she retired from teaching
Oh, was
in the fall, in the spring of 1936. She told him she wasn't going to teach anymore, she was going to get married. Then Grandpa died. Grandpa John died that summer, but then Grandma says, you waited so long to get married, Agnes. You get married now. She was 44 already, but you know, it was really close after Grandpa was died that she got married.
Uh-huh. I know that she was older when she got married. Well, I wasn't no chick when I got married either. I was 27.
Oh, really?
But
You were home, you stayed home all that time?
you bet your life I did. I stayed home all that time. And then when I got married, it wasn't my wedding day. My dad cried all day. He didn't still want to let me get married. He didn't want to let me go. And my brothers felt the same way. They thought it was awful that I was leaving
They
them.
didn't like the guy you were marrying?
They didn't have nothing against me. They didn't want me to leave home.
You want-
They thought I should stay home and take care of them. They thought, and my mother says no. My mother says if she wants to get married, let her get married. She said the rest of the girls got married. Why can't she?
Well, how old was the groom?
Well, he's 2 years younger than I am.
Oh.
So
I didn't know that much.
and when we was married 25 years, you're never going to believe this. So we was married 25 years. We had 6 grandkids. And if you don't believe it, take the look at that.
I believe you.
Look at that picture. Look at that picture on the dresser. Get it. Michelle, go get that picture. Show them all the babies we had. They always want to know all them babies.
Ruth, you were
My life was
the
fast.
last girl left then.
Oh, I was the 9th one of the family, and I'm the 7th daughter of the family.
But I mean, you Roman and George. And you
Yeah,
were,
I was between the 2 boys.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, there was the only one left home then was you.
Here's our 25th wedding picture.
The what?
We was married 25 years, and that's our kids.
Oh, your kid.
And then our
You're not on the picture.
Yeah, that's me. But you're holding your finger on.
It is?
Yeah.
And that's our grandkids that we had when we was married that many years.
Oh, my goodness.
14.
You got more than that now?
24,
Oh yeah, there's 18, or there's 17 left. Yeah.
34, 7.
No.
Oh, yeah, you were married in 41 then.
42.
Is this you?
Yeah, that's me. We got married January 5th when it was 23 below zero.
Oh.
I guess that's how we got them twins.
Well, we worked hard that year.
You what?
We worked hard that year. We got married in January,
5th.
and then
We built a new
we had
house.
to build a new house.
You were farming on the farm, but you were batching it then, or what?
No.
No, I had a brother and sister that got single and he stayed there. That's how we got married.
Not Joe.
No.
Joe was the oldest of the family.
Oh.
Well, anyhow, then we had to build a house. Then, so we built the house.
This is during the war.
Yes, and then we have a hard time getting stuff on things that
Oh,
we
I
didn't.
know.
We had a permit for
I know.
everything.
We
Permit
had
for
to sneak a
everything.
lot of stuff. I mean, I had good hardware men and everything from Blooming. He was good. So when they said it's freezing, he brought it out and I buried it in the oats.
Our bathtub and our zinc and our, that all went in the oats and covered it with oats. And we moved in the house July 18th. And 4th of November the twins were born.
Oh, really?
And if it wouldn't
Same
have been
year.
and if it wouldn't have been for Jay Spindler, you knew him.
No, this is, oh, sure.
Old Jay Spindler was at, over that, yes.
CSA
And,
meeting?
yes, and he says that,
Oh, and,
well, see, they didn't want to give us a house. They said the house was good enough.
oh, he was in the race rationing committee, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
No, he was on that,
And the something to do with the county board.
Yeah, and he said that them people don't need a house for nobody. He said, we're going to get that house, and he told Lawrence, and we went there about every other week to the old meeting just to get that house, and knew we ever worked. And then when we got the house, we got the outside frame, and then the first floor. And then Vic shot at the white collar and said, no, they can live in the basement. And Jay Springer said, no, they're going to get the first floor to live on. So we did. But the upstairs, we didn't get to build, that was all in one. But we didn't care if we got the upstairs until we got the first floor to live on. So that was really a busy man for us.
yeah.
So we built every building. He knows where we live, don't he? Didn't he know where we used to live?
You didn't live here.
No. We only lived 6 years.
Come from, Lawrence?
Oh, right there,
Sit it up there.
right there.
Jerry, don't you know where our home place is, where I and Lawrence live?
Get back up over
Well,
here.
then you tell it to her. She don't know where it is. We built every building on that place up there and there. I mean, that big sidewalk. Our son built that since we left. And so we took every building down and we started all over new. We took one thing after the other till we got it all built up.
Who's living on there now? One of your
Our
kids?
baby, our youngest one.
Larry.
It's
That's
his.
his daddy.
Yeah, it's his birthday present.
When is his birthday when? Today?
8th of April is his birthday, and our youngest baby of the family was born on his birthday, and it was a boy. And he's on the home place, so Lawrence is last 8th of April, he was 69, and so Larry, on that same day is 35.
So I suppose we better take Aunt Agnes home for supper.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, they have her supper. She
Well,
had a
they need
real
to
nice visit.
Yeah.
Sure.
Real nice visit.
Well, you-
If you
as long
stay
as-
too long, she gets too tired.
And you can come again sometimes, we're around, or
I
just
can't
give us a
come
ring.
unless Jerry brings me.
Well, then just tell him to bring you.
That's the only time I ever get out of the house. The other time I have to always be stuck in the house.
I suppose that's right. Yeah, I know when I was up in the house, so I never got out either, only when my daughter came. She lives right in Rochester, so she come and took me out. And
It's
that's
hard
how I
for them
got
to
her.
get me in the car too, you know.
Yeah.
Then
Jerry, you
put
see
me in
much
the car
difference
and
in
then
the
they have
pictures?
the chair and the bag.
That one and this
oh,
one?
everything.
Oh, this one is much bigger. You'll have a much
See the
bigger
difference in
person.
the tires?
Well, if we're gonna
It's,
go.
yeah, it's bigger tires, they wouldn't cut down so much.
These are bicycle tires.
Oh,
And
yeah.
see, this was made purposely for me, they measured me. I'm
Oh,
5'8", I need a bigger wheelchair, I don't get, I'm
You're
nobody.
5'8"?
Yes, I am.
How high, how big am I?
Raise up your side there.
I don't know how.
I never seen one of them raise
I
up.
don't know.
Oh, I see.
See? It was sliding with that board into the car.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why I slide on my bed and all over too. They both go on both sides, and then the legs go off here. Of course, her legs, no, her legs don't go off, do they?
I think most of them do.
But hers don't, does it?
Yeah.
I think
I
they
think,
Yeah.
yeah, they're adjustable.
Stool over there.
Huh?
Who made that stool?
Oh, that was, that's an old, bought that from town, that was a Kessock, and my sister Helen covered it up with that.
Well, do you wanna kiss your
Yeah.
cousin goodbye and,
Can we, I'd like to.
I'll stand still and you push her to me then.
all right, you,
Push it. I'll stand still.
okay.
Look like you give a kiss. I like them.
Do you want a kiss on the right side or on the left side?
Oh, no, that's no different. Just a little kiss is a kiss.
A kiss is a kiss, huh? We got a
Give real
move
love.
around here.
Now you can start singing that song, Kissing Cousins.
Not even give her a kiss.
There's where you should have the picture.
Tell them that's a
Glad to see you.
Yeah, you come and see me again sometime.
Tell them that's
Jerry
a
brings me, I come anytime.
Yeah, you do
But
that.
I
you
don't
come.
see how you can have your own teeth and I don't have any. I don't.
I think that's the only thing I got good is teeth. Really? Oh, I had so many operations. I went through an awful lot of
I
operations.
wanted to have better teeth, but my dad always said you're gonna die and Pretty soon
There,
it
get your hair
doesn't need
done.
any more teeth.
Are you gonna put the shawl on your head?
Here, I'm still
Can you
waiting.
do that, or you want Jerry to do that?
I think you better do it because it's cold out.
Yeah.
I think she's talking about her brother and what he,
Oh,
Henry probably.
you want Jerry?
Oh, I suppose. Because when her dad was living, well, then she was young yet
Yeah, I
then.
have to have a bubble shoe on my head.
A boobish school, huh? Why did,
Well,
yeah,
can
why
I
didn't
have
you
my
talk to her
sweater?
before you did go in there?
She didn't even get to be a puppet school.
Huh? You forgot how,
I
didn't you?
can't talk Bohemian, she can talk Bohemian,
Oh.
maybe Jerry can talk some Bohemian.
Well, you can go, Vajing, you go do that?
All I can say is about three Vajing Kasich school, not Tomalim Rajich school, Tomodam, 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 Tomonedam and eat. Then the next day my mother always used to say, none of the rocks, that's a picky crock.
Yeah, and my folks, I know we talk about that. Did you take her to Romans?
No.
And then it goes all over and over and over and over again. Now how can I ever write a
You know,
letter?
first
How
time
can
I
I
met
write a
that
letter
lady,
to her? I'd like to write a letter to her, can I?
Sure, but you want her
our
address,
daughter
don't
was
you?
born in
I'll have to have
Well,
her
you
address.
tell Ruth, she gotta give you her address.
Just give me your address.
she gave her a kiss. How that, I thought it was awful. I'll never forget.
Pencil,
Is
yeah, there
it
you
gonna
go.
be in English? I can't write.
Oh, I can't write Chesky.
Nobody
I
did.
can't write Chesky.
I've never heard.
Yeah, when we brought Agnes out here, when we started, she's mixed up and she says, well, can Ruth talk English? She said, I can't talk Chesky. I said, she can talk English.
Sure, she can, both of it. Especially when she gets mad, she can talk about it.
When you go out to the
Yeah, when we
cows,
used to go milk company, yes.
Don't forget the recorder.
did you ever milk any
No.
cows?
Me? I milked cows till I was 57 years old.
I
And a lot of
I
them.
never milked a cow,
And a lot
I
of
never
cows.
killed a chicken in all my life.
I wish I had all that money. I milked all the cows. I milked them from about 10 years old till I was 57.
My
You gonna carry my suitcase for her?
Huh?
Okay,
goodness.
Darren. Yeah.
Daddy got milk cows.
What we got in it?
Well, I
Okay, you want to tell me about your brothers? What are your brothers' names?
Jason and Darren and Kyle.
What do you do at home all the time?
Babysit, go upstairs for a minute, read books, and stand all the time in the house and babysitting Kyle for the when it rains. When it rains, storm rains, we go outside.
Okay.